Hi.
Well, welcome. How you doing, Christin?
I'm pumped.
Pumped
Pumped
for
full
the
of
show?
yes. Well, fun to speak with you as always.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, we haven't caught up.
Yeah, I have no
Oh,
idea what's going on in your life. What
oh
what do you want to
well.
get into?
We both back to the Substack sauce, so we can talk about that. The
Yeah,
writing sauce.
yeah, that was a happy accident.
Yeah.
So I read it obviously, and so are you planning? Was that like your "Hey, I'm back" email, and then next week you're going to do something like more, or
Oh yeah, totally. GM Priyanka, thanks for joining us. Yes, that was my hey, I'm back. It was like kind of like shaking the dust off, right? It's like whenever you haven't done something like sending some friends an email for a long time. I was like, and it was more like I knew like because I haven't sent anything for a while, I had like 10 things I want to share. But
right?
then I feel like that would create a very chaotic email, and also I know if I don't just like sit down and get it done, it won't get done.
Right.
So I was like, I wrote down one topic, and I was like, okay, now time to wrap up this one topic.
It's also like probably better. I get the feedback that I haven't posted enough in the past like 6 months, so that
Mhm,
whenever people get my email, they're like, "What's wiser?" And then they like,
mhm,
maybe click on it, maybe don't. And
mhm.
so if you do less at more of a cadence, it's people know what the heck is in their inbox, but then also people get annoyed that there's too much going on. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very delicate balance. And as you know, the you and I are jumping back into a surprisingly popular app. Did you know that's number 3 in the news category in the App Store? 4, excuse me, 4.
I
Substack
did
app
not.
these days. Yeah, it's actually really taken off since we were last both more active on it. So I was like browsing through, and when you're reading from the app, yeah, when a piece is a little too long, it is a little bit harder to read. So
Yeah.
yeah, delicate balance there.
Yeah, and I don't love the app forcing you to open the app whenever you want to look at anything.
Mhm.
But I don't
I
know.
know. It's
I
already
do you have like a Substack plan that you're gonna
Um,
do?
yes. So I'm gonna be a bit more concerted about like premium content.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and so my first plan, or I'm trying to be disciplined. It's like, okay, if you have one idea, do that idea, and don't go on to another idea yet. Um,
Yeah.
but like my friend Chow and I, we were having dinner on Monday, and then he was like half joking but half serious about, hey, why do you keep like turning down opportunities to make money? Um,
Like what?
like there are these like things that come my way where I keep like offering it for free when I could charge for it, and he notices this pattern with me where things come my way and stuff. I can tell you more offline.
Sure.
But then
Sure,
like
sure, sure.
yeah, and like so where was I going with this? Yeah, so I feel like with Substack, it's almost I wanted to tackle what like my friend Tashin has been calling the money story. It's sort of like, okay, if you are so like hung up about like this is a like a way you want to make money and this is not a way you want to make money, why don't you
Right.
make that more like legible to yourself? So you know how like actually throughout this entire podcast, I've kind of like dipped into like, hey, I really like Ari Katerina because she cleans people's houses for free and makes money through Scrub Daddy or whatever, right? Like there are these like or like
Yes.
the Green Brothers or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I feel like okay, then let me just compile all of these. Like I can even use AI or whatever. But it's sort of like, okay, what are the mechanisms by which I feel okay with it, and then I will do the thing. You know what I mean? And
It's a
then
good
like
idea.
yeah, and like and my friend Lynn and I were talking about, okay, what about the ones I don't want to the ones I don't want to do, like
Sell a course to sell a
products.
course.
Yeah, like those kind of things, or like like it's either like it makes you feel bad, so you buy a thing, which is a very
Yeah.
common mechanism, right? Um, but we both decided, okay, I will not do that for now because it's one of those like target fixation things where it's like
Yeah.
the more you think about it, the more. So I will focus on only the mechanisms I do like and admire. Priyanka making money through photography services. How
Yeah.
pure. So these kind of things.
Pure of heart, not no sins of the spirit. Like,
Well, yeah, but it's actually not just. But Chow pointed out, it's not only a purity thing I'm doing. It's
Mhm.
the I don't want to be entangled in some way thing, which is a very Kristen specific thing as well. You know how you and I both, okay, it's actually a Kristen Cameron thing. We both don't like being on the hook. So that's why we've
Okay.
always shied away from subscriptions and like things like that, right?
On the hook, as in have an ongoing obligation to the
Yeah,
purchaser. Okay.
correct. Yeah, I think you and I are both very like aversive to that for a while, right? That's why we never did a Patreon type thing
Yeah, I mean
for the
it's
show.
fundamentally a like it's fundamentally a closed door in the sense that you have to
Mhm.
focus on that instead of doing other things.
Yeah, exactly. Then that's not like a purity thing. That's like a complicated relationship with money thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like these are things I will try to pull apart. But here's the thing: like, how do I make money from these money stories, right?
Yeah.
So the simplest thing is I'm just going to maybe like some percentage of these I will share for free, but some percentage of these will be behind a paywall or like a Gumroad PDF or something like that.
Good.
Um, so like little experiments like that. Which like the funny thing is that my most successful digital product so far is like the Debug Your Meditation ebook, which has sold like a surprising number of copies, like considering the amount of times I mention it.
Yeah.
So it
I
like
mean, it's a good
digital e
book.
product. Oh, thank you. So like digital products is something that I like selling because yeah, it's like you pay, I give. It's a very like
That is how money is
conditional.
exchanged.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And it's very little to no marginal cost. Like that's the thing I'm really into, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like everything I feel like I do is like, oh my God, it's like creates another like unscalable obligation and I just cannot give away
Yeah.
anymore. So yeah, that's the path I'm exploring for the next phase of the Substack.
That's
And
smart.
also,
Do you
oh,
know like what kind of posts are going to be behind the paywall? I'm assuming like
mhm.
kind of practical stuff
Yeah,
or
and
like research.
I don't know yet until I try it. So it's just like, yeah, for example, like one idea, I will cut it up into like one portion is paid and portion is free. Or like more vulnerable posts, I think should be behind a paywall. Like
Sure.
there's different like things I can try, or like yeah, like Chow was saying, okay, then why don't you interview people you admire then, and those can also be content. There's like a
Mhm.
lot of different ways to do it. But it's sort of like the practice of making a portion of premium content is what it is.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, building the muscle is important as
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
keep learning.
Mhm. Exactly, and making a small enough loop that it can be closed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hear that. How do you feel about it?
I feel excited. I think before I was caught up in this loop of optimizing for platform, but then like after thinking about it more, I realized that hey, it's like the platform, like sadly, every none of them are pure. So it's sort of
Yeah.
like a losing game. And also like if the platform doesn't have baked in distribution, it's just really, really, really hard. And
Yeah.
like sad to say, Substack is actually like getting better and better at it. I feel like, and there is less bot activity for now, though I might be obscurity versus over security kind of thing.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I haven't scrolled the Substack feed in a minute. Like every
Mhm.
time I do, I either get like super nerd sniped or I'm just like, "Oh,
Well,
this is
that
a
means it's
cult."
working.
Well, so it's either I get nerd sniped by like a very esoteric thing, or I'm
Mhm,
like, oh, this is completely irrelevant to me, or it's like
mhm,
about a culture that I'm just not part of, like a
mhm,
Brooklyn thing,
mhm,
and so I very much like I don't feel like I've been doing my Substack for like 5 years now,
mhm,
and it didn't exist like this for like the
mhm.
previous 3 or 4 of them,
Yeah.
and so I do simultaneously see the value and probably will put together like, I need to like be posting more on Substack type thing.
Mhm.
But also the urge to take all your writing and put it on your own website and just like have it be its own domain is so strong.
I know. Well, yeah, you can always cross post.
Yeah, like so I'm thinking about, like one thing that, we don't really talk about, it's kind of boring, but like SEO strategy,
Oh,
you
I
know.
mean, that's not boring. That's so interesting.
I mean, I think it's pretty boring because it's
Mm.
2026, but like
It's still no, I mean, it's still a thing.
yeah, it is, but the idea that it matters perhaps less than it ever
Well, the
has.
sad part is it matters because, as you know, these LLMs are ingesting based on SEO anyway.
Well, so yes, but also they are doing their own testing. And
Mhm,
so once they get it into their kind of like array of content,
mhm.
it kind of matters more whether it's like answering the question that is being asked in the LLM and rather than like being bootstrapped off of it.
Uh, we don't know the percentage, but the initial part of like optimizing for or like the GEO or whatever is still SEO essentially with the twist,
Well, so
right?
here's where I think I disagree.
Mhm,
If you have your writing in multiple places,
mhm,
that is ostensibly bad for SEO based on
mhm,
everything that we know about SEO,
mhm.
because you need this like canonical piece.
Yeah.
But if you're an AI company that's scraping everywhere on the internet for all of this content, having your writing show up in multiple places
Mhm.
might be the better path.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know whether canonical URLs matter for scraping. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
it's like in theory, yes, right? It's like the quantity. Um,
I don't think the robot cares because obviously we're using AI pretty regularly in our work to try to like supplement our research and
mhm,
and do the stuff that we do. And the thing that I find is I'll get I'll get the same response, but it'll link to places that like I don't think are the canonical place to it, but it still gets it.
mhm,
It'll be like a link in a Quora post or something like that, or like
mhm,
a reply on Reddit, or you know
mhm,
what I mean. And so I've read some writing about this, but it might just be more important to get your ideas out and seen and talked about by a lot of people, and
mhm.
doing that at the expense of perfect SEO. And like frankly, if it's on Substack, you can't do any SEO stuff anyway because Substack owns the whole thing.
Yeah, pretty much. There's some analytics stuff you can hook up, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
like
meh.
you can look, but you can't really impact.
Yeah. So I feel like I don't know that because it's also not my super strong suit anyway.
Yep.
I'm still going the manual, you know, grinding way of doing it.
Yeah.
Which is getting to know people, you know, people connection way, which is never gonna be like super super like viral or whatever. But I think I need to do what is a little bit more like harder for people to do in a way. Um,
What do you mean?
because like I was lucky to be in Rite of Passage, right? Which like
Yeah.
kind of like let me to know like a lot more people than I would otherwise, and I
You
feel like
also you
that's
also
very
worked really
strong.
hard and did a great job at it. It wasn't just luck that you happened to be in the program.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I did get a scholarship, and I did
Yeah.
mentor for it. But yeah, um, but it's sort of like these like gifts that I'm trying to like you know be more aware of so that I leverage it because sometimes I just like I like to as you know this whole podcast I like to start over for no reason and not leverage the existing leverages.
The beginning is the fun part.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just like I play level one over and over again for some twisted reason. But anyway, so yeah, your Substack. Like, do you actually have two accounts too? Because I was like looking at it and I was like, hey, like you have like a Wiser and you have a Cameron account.
So I don't know what that is. Actually,
Oh.
let me look. So it makes you have an author profile.
Oh, I see.
And so I think you do as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Oh, weird.
yeah, because if you look
I'm
at
just at
your
Kristen on everything though. I
yeah,
was lucky to get into Substack super early.
well, so you're at Kristen in the
Mm-hmm.
pro, like I'm looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
The oh, thank you for writing about my stuff. But so here, let me show you.
It has a big word.
Consigliere.
Yeah.
Chat, do you know what a consigliere is? But
I
so
certainly did not.
so this is your profile, and then it has your newsletter right here.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we go to mine, I have Wiser.
Oh, it's a newsletter under your name.
Yeah,
I see.
correct. And so I
Okay.
have Wiser, I have my Little Feelings blog,
Oh,
and
this
then I
is
have
your multiple. Oh, okay. I mean, this
yeah,
makes sense. It's all consolidated.
yeah. And so
Neat.
yeah. Oh, and
Oh,
actually,
we need
that
to
photo
show
right
ourselves
there.
again.
What was that?
We disappeared because your share screen was taking over.
Ah,
Do you want to share something else though? Oh, there you go.
yeah. This is from my deployment to Afghanistan.
Oh wow.
So this was
stark.
yeah, this was in Tarankot, Afghanistan. This was our little forward operating base, and then we were basically guarding this airfield.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we had a joke that we didn't actually deploy, and we just landed back in El Paso, Texas, after flying around for 20 hours.
It does look like it.
And so, because this is El Paso.
Yeah. I've been there once. Actually, there is also a training base in the Eastern Sierras that looks like that too.
Eastern Sierras, that's California mountains.
Yeah.
29 Palms, are you thinking about?
No, it's more north. It's closer to me. But I'm blanking on what it's actually called. I'll look it up later.
Because I was out in Fort Irwin, California. You ever been out? Have
No,
you ever
that's
driven?
not it. That doesn't ring a bell.
So that's on the road from San Diego to El Paso. Because you can just do a straight shot across Arizona. Didn't you just do a trip on that road?
I mean, I was in San Diego, but I didn't really go anywhere. There was a hotel and conference center.
Am I just imagining that you did a trip to?
Yeah, in the end of the year. Yeah, we've done it before, but not this year. We didn't do the El Paso thing this year, but we did it a few years ago.
El Paso's great. I actually probably a couple times a year have a phase for 2 days where I'm all just I wish I could move back to El Paso, or just to the middle of the Southwest somewhere, Cormac McCarthy style.
Yes.
If I was unattached, if I was unattached, I probably would.
Yeah, I can't imagine the rest of the family being that's a little awkward. But I mean, my first impression of El Paso was it has that military star shape on the water tower. And
is that I didn't think that was a military thing.
The black and yellow star, is that not a military?
Oh, there's an army.
Yeah.
So the army is. I never made that connection. I wonder if that is for the army. Well, okay, actually, here's the Wikipedia page.
I have a friend who uses it a lot for his logos, and so I had to look it up one time.
So
Black
history
and yellow star
talks about El Paso Electric. So it's for Christmas.
What?
Yeah, it said
No,
for 50 years.
I think we're talking about two different type. I'm seeing the star on the side, but I was talking about this other star design on the water tower.
Oh, you were talking about the Fort Bliss water tower. If you Google that, you'll see.
Yeah. And it's
yeah, that's just the army logo.
Yeah. So that was my first impression of El Paso. Was it is very army-ish.
Yeah, it's
also this must be what Mexico kind of looks like.
Yeah, I mean, did y'all go to Juarez?
Did we pass by it? I don't remember. But
Juarez is literally right over the wall. If you drive the highway through El Paso.
Oh yeah, well, we didn't cross the border, but it's just the look and feel. Mostly because I grew up in a place like that. I'm wow, I didn't know America had US has a place like that.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is Juarez is bigger than El Paso. It's a good bit bigger.
Oh wow.
And so when you're driving through El Paso, you just look at Juarez, and especially at night,
Mm-hmm.
It's insane just to see the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be the last. Well, I guess it's about the same size, but it's much denser. Classic
Mm-hmm.
look, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so this will be the last look at my computer screen. But so the water tower is up here by the airport, and
Mm-hmm.
then if you drive along this is like the main highway, and then you
Yeah.
just like literally up against Juarez, and then you can just see all of it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the Rio Grande's right here. Here, it's just
Yes,
pretty
that's
small
what
here.
Yuhong was fishing.
That's funny.
Yeah. And yeah, we had like a steakhouse. It was delicious.
Oh, what steakhouse? Cattleman's? Or did
Not
you go?
Cattleman's. It was like some other like famous local joint, but to be
Was it
honest, I don't
outside of
remember
town?
the name. Um, I can't tell. To be honest.
So there's a famous steakhouse to the southeast of El Paso a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
where you like drive up and it has like kind of a zoo as well
Mm-hmm.
attached to
Mm-hmm.
it,
Mm-hmm.
and they do cattle auctions there, and so it has a bunch of like stalls. You
Oh,
you you would remember, I think, if you went.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so like this episode is about energy, and the reason why is because I was asking you, okay, what's our word for the week? And then you were like fatigued, and I was like, can we not have negative words? So I was like, no, we must say energy. And then talk
Sans
about that.
energy.
Yeah, but I feel like you and I weeks ago when we were deciding the world talking about it, we were more tired. But I think both of us are actually on the upswing by a little bit in terms of creative energy, at least.
I'm starting to finish things, which is
Yeah.
pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
I think my energy is still like, I'm not gonna say better, but it's erratic, and so I sometimes
Mm-hmm.
capture the benefit of up erratic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's dude, but it's been a long 4 weeks for me. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
about you.
Well, well, it's long and short. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like long to me implies like I feel like it's never ending, but I feel like it's more like things are happening so fast.
yeah. I definitely feel like I I'm working pretty hard,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm working pretty hard in the sense that like I can't fit the things that I'm trying to do in the time I'm trying to squeeze it into.
Yeah.
You know, especially like, you know me with writing, I'm pretty like, I have pretty high standards for my writing, and so I I knew what I wanted to say for the prelude that I just published.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of knew it a few weeks ago, like, and then you discover it as you're writing it, but the last kind of 30% of, okay, I have the bones, but it kind of sucks because it's not like actually spoken, or it's not like written the way that I need it to be written. It's just like, this is what I'm gonna say. It's just not shaped right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How do you think about writing? Because I think about it like clay and sculpting and sometimes casting.
Oh, that's so beautiful. um, I think of it Lego, which maybe it's a little bit more coarse. Like Lego pieces is
I
usually
mean,
how I
Lego's
think about it.
beautiful.
Well, yes, yes, that's true, that's true. But it's a little less organic, you know? It's more like
Um,
chunk chunk. Let's put this together.
what's it like?
or it's actually maybe it's not Lego. It's the one for little children, like
Connect
or
Mega Blocks.
yeah, Mega Blocks. Sadly, I'm still at Mega Blocks level. Uh, Especially like yeah, these few weeks we've been watching this documentary about Andrea Gibson, who is a like
Yep.
late poet, and one of the scenes, like her or their wife is also a poet, and but they're very very different styles, and then the wife was kind of making fun of them and being like, you only know 5 words, it's amazing that you're a poet. And they were like, that's why I'm such a great poet, because I can make it work with only 5 words.
That's
'Cause, yeah,
fine.
one of them uses like really big, complicated words, and then Andrea Gibson's more like, yeah, like they make a lot out of like cliches even, and like massaging it and making it into a new thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, in that way, I've been seeing writing more as construction lately, just because I've been exposed to like the way poets think about writing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Have you taken anything, like, like a good
Concrete.
artist copy, great artist
Oh,
steal? Have you taken anything that you're like, oh, this is mine
well,
now?
okay, one thing that it is worth watching not only for the discussion of grief, but also discussion of craft, because like they do like have tidbits like. Because and Jerry Gibson was saying like, oh, like you avoid cliches, telling the wife that you avoid cliches altogether. I
Yep.
double down on cliches, like which is the style,
Yeah.
and I feel like the idea is that which has more popular like resonance, I think, because it's like
Yeah, for
everyone
sure.
knows the cliche, so you feel like you understand, and then like they take it a little bit deeper or take a twist with it or something. So I
I
thought that
mean,
was interesting.
yeah, there's a similar idea that I saw in a Quentin Tarantino interview
Mhm.
where he's kind of talking about genre films. Like,
Mm.
we don't really have the same. I mean, I guess we kind of do, but like the idea of a genre film doesn't make as much sense today because movies don't work the same way that they did 50
Mhm.
years ago. But
Mhm.
like it used to be that they had, kind of staffs of directors and like people that worked in the movie business that would like churn out a western, twice a year or whatever.
Mhm.
And that was
Mhm.
like their job was to make westerns for Warner Brothers or whatever.
Mhm.
And like in order to make a good western, you had to be a student of the genre.
Mhm.
And there's like rules within the genre that like make it itself. And so like genres versus like a cop movie versus like a detective story, like there's like
Mhm.
things that make it the thing,
Mhm.
the cliches. And what I found really interesting is when he started talking about like the way you make a phenomenal genre film is by understanding the rules well enough to break them in a way that
Mhm.
it supports the genre film.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so, I mean, it's the same idea. Like, dude, I love crabs.
Crabs.
Crabs. Like the idea that like everything turns into a crab. I think we talked about this last
Oh,
time.
yeah, the crucinization? I forgot what's the actual technical term for it.
Yeah, but like the idea that being a crab and having this armor shape
Mhm.
is so useful that it kind of like spontaneously evolves in a bunch of different places and genetic lines,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and kind of like a like creative craft
Mhm.
also feels crab-like in the sense that different parts of the creative world also evolve the same types of philosophies about making things good, which is really
Mhm.
interesting because like
Yeah.
obviously you can learn from everything, but
Mhm.
the idea that very specific similar thought processes tend to produce useful things in different areas is just,
Mhm.
I don't know, it feels insane.
For sure. Yeah, when you were describing, like, the rules of a film, actually what came to mind was, like, Looney Tunes and, like, Wile E. Coyote,
Yeah, yeah,
and Roadrunner, right? There's, like, a list of things that have to happen, and it
yeah,
makes it, like, a cohesive, cartoon.
yeah.
So what
The
would you say your, like, latest, writing, like, is there a genre? Because I remember, like, the one that won, VGR's contest, that was kind of a Western, right? Was that what it was?
yeah, I would call it. Um,
Americana? I don't know.
I think a lot of my fiction writing, which I haven't done a ton of, but I think a
Mhm.
lot of my fiction writing will end up firmly in like American tradition, just because
Mhm.
that's like I I think I could
American Boy.
yeah. I mean, like, I think I could perform other types reasonably well or, like, other
Mhm.
feeling genres, but,
Mhm.
you know, it's very hard for me to approach things with, like, a Russian philosophy because, like, I'm an outsider to that way of viewing the world,
Mhm.
but, like, in a lot of ways, I'm pretty all-American, and so, like, the
Well, a specific, like, old-timey kind of American, right? Not like the modern America. You're like Americana, like that, the dusty typewriter period of America.
I mean, if it would be an honor to ever be mentioned in the same like breath as like a
Mhm.
Cormac McCarthy like
Yeah.
style of or like a Hemingway
Mhm.
directness.
Yeah.
And there's like a forthcomingness that I think in that comes out in American writing that is really appealing to me.
Mhm.
Partly because I'm pretty direct because of a lot of things that we've talked about before. But the anyway, so I classify that piece as like a pretty. It has Western elements because the characters are, in this universe Southern.
Mhm.
It's a little bit of a fish out of water story,
Mhm.
but it's mostly a guy who gets his shot and it doesn't necessarily go the way that he wants.
Mhm.
And I love those stories because I kind of feel like that's how that like significant events in my life went that way. and
Mhm.
so and so that's why I write like that. But so that is very much like a fiction story to this like protocol prompt. What I just published is a prelude to a series of policy essays that I've been working on.
Oh, yeah. Actually, when I first read it, I thought it was like fictional, but then I was like, no, these are things that actually happened in your life. So it's like a both.
So I don't think we're being responsible with AI policy right now.
Mhm.
I think there are a lot of very loud, aggressive libertarian capitalist voices that are saying one thing about what we're going to do with AI.
Mhm.
I think there is a lot of full rejection or head in the sand, like emu style response from like left wing writers and thinkers,
Mhm.
and
Oh, yeah.
nobody on either side is really being specific and thoughtful about what we need to do in the next decade,
Mhm.
because that's hard. It's much easier to just kind of like talk in these floaty abstractions.
Mhm.
And so as a person that has used AI tools since they've came out, I've been using the GPT suite for 6 years now.
Mhm.
And so like I've been using it pretty much every day for various aspects, like a lot of software, some like writing assistance, now a ton of like research,
Mhm.
and argument exploring and like just kind of like organizational things. And
Mhm.
all through that exploration, I've come up with specific responses to things that I know it can do right now.
Mhm.
There's
Right, right.
there's a ton of macro questions about data centers, which like also need to be addressed.
Mhm.
But regardless of how those pan out, I personally don't think any of this goes back into the box that it came out of.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we have to like, we,
Pandora's box is popped open.
yeah. So we have to wrestle with it where it is today, even if
Mhm.
everything stops right now. And so I have like a grand arc of, I think I'll end up with 6 essays talking about different aspects of AI that I don't think people are thoughtfully discussing.
Mhm.
And then this is a prelude to frame those 6 essays. And so it's like anchored in the experience of a person navigating the world, from like peasant times to Victorian to modern, and then kind of like
So
future modern.
good. It's annoyingly good.
I appreciate that. So
Uh, and
did
also, like,
you,
that's just like aesthetically, it really fits that Substack vibe. So I feel like this is if I can bet this series is gonna take off if you package it, especially. Um,
fingers crossed.
yeah, yeah, and then you gotta like wave yourself in front of the VGR contest people for sure. Um, but like 2 things. I learned how to pronounce 2 words today.
Okay, consigliere, I assume, is one.
Yeah, like I thought it was pronounced consigliere. I didn't know that you say the re at the end, and then prelude and prelude. That was the other word.
So
Prelude sounds
prelude.
classier.
I imagine I only know prelude because of my band kid days.
Oh, like
Because like a lot of
right,
like
all
classical
music.
music is
Yeah,
like prelude to
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I'm learning how to say words.
So, question:
Yeah,
have you ever seen The Godfather?
I have not. I know.
That's a
I know.
that's a gender gap right there.
It is totally one. Yeah, it's one of those things that horrifies men when I tell them I haven't seen it. And the other thing I've never seen any one of is Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
I mean, I
like
think
none of them, not a single one.
I think a person 10 years older than me would be
Mhm.
aghast, but
Oh, okay, okay.
like it is a little less common for my
Okay.
generation.
I've seen the Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, that definitely counts. Like you get the
I think
gist
about
of.
it every time I cut garlic.
That's funny. What about Scarface?
I don't think I've seen it either. I feel like well, it's one of those things too, right? But because I've seen so many references to it, I almost like
Yeah.
trick myself into thinking I've seen it. But I can't tell you what the plot is besides Sylvester Stallone having a snorting a lot of cocaine. Like that's Scarface, right?
No.
Oh my god, was that Goodfellas? No, no, I'm mixing it up.
the like, that's funny.
The
What,
entire
what
genre.
what it does tell me is that you didn't have a dirtbag boyfriend in college.
Well, yeah, the poster was really popular. I do recall that.
Yeah, it's
It's a
like
dorm room classic.
one stop dorm room decor for dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like I can't wait to read the rest of your series, but it would make a really nice little published physical book as well. Because it's,
Yeah.
it's long and takes time to read.
Yeah, I mean I'll leak it here because, this is the nucleus of everything we're doing. So the plan is, so I wrote the prelude. I'm going to try to get one or two more of these essays out in the next little bit, because I have something else we could talk about offline on this. I have something else that I'm just throwing in as kind of like a flyer. But the plan is to, over the next like 2 months, publish all 6 pretty consistently. And then when I'm complete, have a PDF of the whole thing together that's, kind of like some sort of organized package, as well as a website dedicated to it. Because I'm a big fan of this idea of projects as websites. And so just like a nice experience to be able to like read the whole thing that itself is shareable. And then, if
Okay,
it
so
ends
you
up,
are doing the both Substack and somewhere else thing.
yeah, just not in parallel. Like I'm going to be releasing it on Substack. And then when it is its like whole package, I want to release a site experience for it, so that it's like easy to digest, as well as, I think I will look into some sort of like novella style, because it's not going to be like full book length, but it would be nice to be able to like have it in print.
Oh, totally. I remember like the David Foster Wallace book.
Yeah.
It's like anything can be a book.
Yeah, something like that. Like I don't want to do like an ego publisher type thing, but whatever works, just to get it out into the world.
Yeah,
want to
and
get
I
it
feel
in
like I
ISBN.
want it as a consumer. Like it's like merch. I just want a merchy version of it.
Yeah, I don't know, like when you're doing something and it just kind of fits, and I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be one of the more important things that I've written. Just because I don't really see anybody doing a great job of it, and it's like really frustrating to me that all of the opinion pieces about what to do with AI and society are being funded by the AI labs. Like that doesn't feel like the right answer.
Well, you're gonna make a mark. I hope
Totally.
that these policy nerds see it, and then you get into a think tank or something, or whatever
knows?
that is, whatever that's actually involved in decision making.
Yeah. If anyone wants to pay me to think and write, just hit me up.
Seriously.
That'd be the dream.
Yeah. Okay. So like in terms of like energy to keep us going,
Yeah.
I know. I don't know why I desperately try to keep us on theme. By the way, on Twitter, like our thing is displaying the last week's title. Still, there's this continuous bug that I can't solve. So it actually still says real on there. But
good.
yeah. So I feel like right now I'm as you know, doing several things like full-time job. I have like I'm volunteering in a jail soon, and then like which we're talking about maybe, and then but it's sort of like I was like, okay, how do I make sure I actually keep up with the Substack thing, right? So I do have like a time now that is more like weekly with a friend,
Sick.
where I grind it out. Which you and I talked about how you hate that idea,
Nightmare.
writing with someone else, and I'm like, no, I like it, I need it. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't know why writing for me is a communal activity. It helps me to have someone else co-regulate my my tendency to procrastinate.
I feel like you just like talking, not like in a derogatory way, but you
Yeah,
like.
but the thing is, like, we spend like 10 minutes yapping, and then we like crank down and say nothing for like an hour. You know?
Yeah, but like I think you being near another person lets you
Mhm.
feel like you're talking to them even though you're not actually talking to them.
Oh yeah, like of an audience,
Yes.
right? Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, I'm rubber ducking all my friends. Yeah. And the thing is, like, why? But you don't need to do that, right? Because you like there is some intrinsic reward you're getting about putting the work out. You're talking to yourself, and that's rewarding enough, kind of thing.
Um, so I desperately try to avoid writing.
Which is so opposite of what I think you're like.
Like I love writing and
Mhm.
I do everything in my power to not have to do it sometimes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, like for like like basically the only reason I've written this week is because I refused to let myself exit out of the tab, and so it was always on the screen, so I always saw it, and I
Mm,
always kind of
mm,
had to
mhm.
confront the demon that I wasn't confronting.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because again, it was the like so I did the first. So it's 4 vignettes,
Mhm.
right? It's a vignette about a peasant farmer who's trying to make a big decision for his family.
Mhm.
It's a vignette about a man visiting his in the Victorian era, his visiting his solicitor to make a big
Mhm.
decision,
Mhm.
in his family. And then it's 3 vignettes about kind of modern day people confronting major decisions in their lives,
Mhm.
and then a big decision that I had to figure out with a hospital bill with my son. I had figured out that that was the gist of what I wanted to do very early.
Mhm.
But when I sat down to do it, I had like the skeleton of the dialogue for each of them. And, I had basically a report of what happened to me.
Mhm.
But then I'd look at it and I'd be like, oh, this sucks. This is me telling you what happened, not like showing you the narrative of like this decision making process.
Mhm.
And I knew, like, I had all the pieces. I just didn't want to be like, ugh, okay, yes,
Mhm.
this adjective sucks. Or I need to, fix the tenses here. And so,
Mhm.
like, that part of, which is basically the construction part of writing that you were talking about,
Mhm.
I like my chiseling away at it to make it the shape that I want
Mhm.
isn't very fun. The plopping
Mhm.
the clay on the page where I'm like, oh, this is what I'm going to say. Like, that's the part that I do every day, all day.
Mhm.
And so I try to avoid that part a lot, even though I like having done it.
Well, I guess, they do like a lot of good writers have the whole like, I actually hate writing story. But
Yeah,
nonetheless, you are able to put it all together.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really resonate with the there's like a genre of writer quotes where it's just like a writer is a person that like de- there's a really funny one. Like a writer's a person who, hates writing more than
Mhm.
anybody else kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah, yeah. Or like I type until beads of blood is,
Yeah.
appearing on my forehead. I forgot who wrote that one.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
interesting. But okay. But so do you feel like you're getting invigorated by the stuff that you're doing?
I do.
That's
Like,
sick.
yeah. And I think like that's the most important thing, right? But I think what I still don't have a grasp on is like, there is of course like the new like new relationship energy, but like new project energy
Yeah.
thing, right? Where you feel invigorated. But it's like at what point like that does that dip? Like what happened and
Sure.
why? How do I replenish it? Like of course I think I cheat by just making new projects all the time. I never have to feel the dip, right? But that's also not as you can as it's not very coherent for the rest of the world to understand.
And is that
So
is that in like your work or like your own work?
oh, in my own work,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah, in work where I
You
don't
just
have a
do the work.
control over all this. Yeah, it's a lot of project management. But yeah, in my own work for sure. Like, so and as you know, like when, like, so for example, some of my projects that have been ongoing, right? Like, I still post Reframe Daily. You've kindly unsubscribed.
Yeah. Sorry.
It cracks me up. But I want to evolve it to be more useful, where like I share other links that I find interesting and make it more of its own thing. But then it's like I'm kind of stuck right now where I just keep it going every single day, and it's like almost like really hard for me to improve it, but I also don't want to drop it. And I feel like these are the projects that haunt me, where I'm actually like, the good news is that like I have enough of a pattern or habit to keep it going, but I know I'm not making that. There's not enough of a feedback loop system right now, so it's a bit stagnant. And it's
Would
like,
it
for me, the next step, it feels like overwhelmingly hard to evolve.
would it make sense to just break it down to one thing a day?
Um, So I think like this is what I had wanted to do and where I got stuck. So I wanted to be like, okay, let me like, just give everyone the ability to make their own newsletter and customize it, right?
Hmm.
But I actually hit a frontier of AI LLMs because like you cannot actually do what I'm doing with Claude. Surprisingly enough, like it
Yeah.
has to be like there is some like magical slash like proprietary slash probably like shady thing that ChatGPT is doing that scrapes the articles. And what I'm doing is I do it through my API credit. So I am spending like a
Mm.
little bit of money every time I generate it, but I cannot replicate this without the ChatGPT Pro API. So I can't really give it to you because most people don't have this subscription. So
Right.
I'm like, dang it, like I'm just like keep treading water until I can figure out how to make it replicable, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that kind of is where maybe a like I think an OpenClaw type agent could do that for somebody, but
Oh, sure.
now
But
you're
you need,
narrowing
yeah.
the yeah.
'Cause I tried to make it into a skill like a bajillion times. I tried to like package up my own code a bajillion times, and
Yeah.
it just never worked. And I'm like, God, why did I make something so weirdly good, but that I can't give it away? You know? So,
Classic business.
yeah. Yeah. So that's an example of a project where I do feel a bit like energetically drained because I'm like, oh, like I can't like do the next move right now,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Hmm.
I'll think on it. Maybe I'll come up with something. I'm in a spot where my partner and I have a ton, like we have like 15 in progress MVPs of ideas that I think are all like really fun.
Ooh.
But and we're building systems to make things faster, but now we got to figure out how to get people to look at them. And that's
Classic.
very hard. So I'm trying to get better at like my visual posting, but I don't like I had a like
What
a
do you mean
real
by
moment.
visual posting?
I mean, like screenshots, videos, work in progress, etc. And I had a like project as content type framing, and I had some momentum going, but then Anthropic killed my OpenClaw agent, and now I have to use GPT, and it honestly sucks way worse
Oh yeah,
than
yeah. Buster was saying that too. He tried all sorts of other models and it just doesn't work as
it just
well.
doesn't work. And
Yeah.
so I'm I have a lot of life stuff compressing,
Mhm.
the thing draining my energy right now is I have to move in 6 weeks. I don't know if we talked about that.
Oh, did you find a place?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, congrats. Well,
yeah,
I was like bugging you to send me some Zillow links, and then you never replied me. So I was like, oh, maybe touchy subject. I'll leave you alone.
yeah. Well, I won't obviously put the specifics on the internet, but
Yeah.
between the
Well, congrats for
ongoing,
finding a place. That sounds like a lot of work and really hard.
yeah, and so it's just kind of like with the landlords hemming and hawing and like avoiding giving us a lease, and then us finally being like, screw you, here's our notice.
Yeah.
And then them kind of throwing a hissy fit that they might have been out a month of rent and then they sell it in the first weekend. It's just
Mhm.
kind of like, unfortunately, there's no justice in the world, but at
Mhm.
least the friction there isn't
Mhm.
there anymore.
Mhm.
But so now we just got to like do the, packing and prepping and moving with baby.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So like, is it a like do you like this? Is it like a house? Like
Yeah, I mean, it'll be we'll talk more, but it'll be
Mhm,
an adventure.
mhm.
My biggest gripe is it's not going to have AC out the box, and so I gotta solve that problem
Oh,
because I'm a sweaty dude, and it's about to be summer.
time to get a mystical mini split. Not sponsored. That would be pretty neat to be sponsored by
Yeah.
them.
I've
Oh.
I've been really. I think I messaged this to you. I've been flirting with the idea of still doing software, but like
Mhm.
finding some sort of real life tangible function to
Oh,
do,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
home
That was the
inspection.
only flaw of the exploration, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
Who knows?
yeah. So?
I mean, like it's unfortunately the licensing is not super fast for
Yeah.
that specifically,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I'm kind of looking for an excuse to not be behind a desk all day.
Sure. But wait, of the 15 ideas, is there none? Are they all like SaaS?
They're all fun. They're like, I found a repository of a bunch of open data sets that like
Mhm.
get updated, and
Mhm.
so one of them is like a live earthquake map with like confetti, like that kind of stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so it's a bunch of, hey, how do we make something that somebody would like share on Reddit type interesting?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so it's all a bunch of that. None of it is what I would call businesses.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that the intention?
Yeah, I mean, it's this idea that some part of your surface area makes money, but like the
Mhm.
thing that probably is good at making money isn't the thing that's going to get a ton of eyeballs.
Mhm.
I'm also like we're also exploring kind of like AI implementation stuff because I'm a pretty good consultant when I do that kind of engagement. And so if we can figure out some sort of funnel of, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, he uses AI tools, and also he's a MBA from Harvard Business School and understands how to talk to non-technical people. Like I think I can do a pretty good
You can
job with
totally
these.
do that. Yeah. I mean, like, do you, I mean, this is a very old school thing. Do you have like a state, like, small business center? Because they can do referrals to small businesses for you and then you can just fix all their problems. I don't know whether they have
That's
money.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I'm sure that they do.
Hmm.
I will. Most of my network is very kind of like like not small business, and
Hmm.
so but that's interesting.
Yeah. I had like, used one locally before. It was, to be honest, not very useful, but I can see
Yeah.
how it can be more useful for brick and mortar.
Yeah. I mean, like there's just they probably can't afford rates that I would want to be charging based
Hmm.
on my skill set, but
Yeah. But maybe you
they're
can like do something very small, minor, and then just scale it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, and then you can get into your experiences into these businesses, and then you can buy the one that we always joke about buying.
Yeah. Man. I would anyway, so there's plenty to do. It's just
Mhm.
kind of like, getting out of your own way and just the sitting in the slog part, not the fun idea part.
I know, I know. But it's like you and I both know what to do. You just gotta do it. Look at Priyanka grinding her way through
Yeah.
getting clients.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
crushing it
getting
with the
Priyanka to
photo
take my
business.
photos when she's in town. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, okay, I need a professional headshot. I don't think she even knows what I want. And some little nice shots with you, Hong. That kind of thing.
That's cute.
Yeah.
What are you
But
doing
yeah,
this
like
weekend?
so I feel like you and I both have our plates full.
Yeah.
Again, I guess it's about like not leaking energy. I think that's the other thing, right? It's not like I'm not like, spending stupid time on Instagram and YouTube and whatever, right? That's still happening. And that's where like that I kept sending you the links of that somatic therapist lady. And she
You
has the
keep
whole
making me
feeling
open the
wheel.
Instagram app, which I don't.
I know, right? Exactly. I'm sure. I wonder if she has a TikTok. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll just like be good and send you TikTok links instead. But yeah, she talks about like how like anxiety is like a cover up inhibitory feeling for like the actual truer, deeper feelings.
Sure.
And so yeah, so that's something I'm trying to be more concerned about too, because it's like the result of not dealing with feelings is wasting time and not doing fun stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
there's
I
that whole thing.
I very much use my phone to like make my brain soup so I don't have to engage with hard things.
Yeah. exactly. So I guess that contributes to the non-energy drain because we probably
Yeah.
have more.
I mean, it's spiritually similar to just like eating a bunch of edibles and laying on the couch.
Yeah. Dang it.
Like, I very much, I'm very good at reacting to things.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew this, but I really started thinking about the idea of reacting to negative feelings
Mm-hmm.
with the easiest soothing mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime I'm sitting in uncomfort or like, oh, I'm not quite sure how to like shape this sentence the way that I want, the
Mm-hmm.
easiest thing to do is pop up my phone and a cat video comes on, and then I feel happy again because I don't have to engage with the hard thing that I am not succeeding at immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
so I
that
feel like a lot of creative motivation stuff, which is actually like, going full circle is what I mentored for and taught at the Rite of Passage is about feelings. And
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
feelings.
Right, right. Yeah, which again, I think it's just like all things, right? It's easy. It's like the long spoon story. It's easier for me to like help other people with it than to help myself, and I'm trying to just cut myself some slack and be like, yes, it's hard to do yourself,
Yeah.
as with all types of coaching.
What are you doing this weekend?
Well, we're going hiking tomorrow, which I'm a little scared about because it's a pretty hard hike.
Okay.
And it's gonna be like tick season, so I need to spray everything with permethrin.
Ticks freak
Uh,
me out.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, they are everywhere now. The only thing left in the world after we all like collapse is poison oak, ticks, maybe cockroaches.
Oh,
They're the only
I'm
the only things left.
genuinely top five fear is getting a tick-borne red meat
Illness.
allergy.
I know. I know. Yeah, I
Lyme
don't think we have
disease
that as
too.
much. Yeah, both are terrible, and probably there's even more that we don't even know what the names of, really. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, Sunday I'm going to visit the jail.
Okay,
So
cool.
like as you know, like I've been scrambling because I didn't realize I'll get clearance so quickly. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're like,
Typical
oh
Christian
yes, please
situation.
come.
Yeah. And like luckily, however, I asked the nonprofit that's the liaison for like another volunteer contact so I can shadow them. And then
So,
this person has offered to who actually happened to be in the same chaplaincy program as I was, which is like super
ooh,
rare. Like was like, oh yeah, you can come with me on Sunday. So I'm actually going to go in on Sunday so I can learn what he's doing. He's doing it with
nice.
the men's facility,
Yeah,
so it's gonna be different. Like it's actually the same building, I think, but different sides.
yeah,
But at least I won't be like eyeballs like saucers on the first day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing that you're doing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So I feel like that again. Like I need to be mindful of my energy use because now that's also going to take some energy out of my week.
For sure, for sure.
Mhm.
Well, good
So
luck.
yeah, we both have full plates. Um, but I feel like we can do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Um,
Are we
we'll
going?
say bye to folks.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Priyanka, for
I need to
hanging
spray
out.
permethrin on things. Bye.